Shalom Akim, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatam. We're here at the next monument, and as you can see, this one right here is dedicated to the devil and faggot, Christopher Columbus himself. And we all know what he's known for, the massacring and the slaughtering of the Native Americans and Latino tribes. And as you can see here, they have a monument dedicated into him as if he's somebody to be praised. And it reads, it says, Christopher Columbus, a great son of Italy, born in 1435, died in 1506, discovered America, which that's a lie, because when you go to second Ezra 13 and 40, can somebody grab that real fast? When you go to second Ezra 13 and 40, it proves that the Native Americans were here first. But in the scriptures, when you read the book of Kings, it lets you know that Solomon already had the knowledge of America, because he was given wisdom of all things from the Most High Heavenly Father. That's right. Hell, before Solomon, going into Deuteronomy, I believe that's the 33rd chapter, and also going into the book of Genesis, Jacob knew about this land, because Jacob said, "Hey, come here, my sons, and here, you know, what will befall you in the last days." And he basically prophesied and said, okay, these are the different lands that the children of Israel will be dwelling in during the time. He didn't come out right and said it, but he gave us hints for men of wisdom to know that these are the lands that they'll be dwelling in. But like I said, Moses knew about this land, but Solomon was the one that sent a navy of ships to come here. So Solomon would actually be the one that discovered America and sent a navy of ships here, which they will come here, and they will come here to give. Can you grab that? Where Solomon shipped the navy of ships, they will come here and they will get gold, ivory, silver, and peacocks and apes, and they would take them back to King Solomon. So as you can see, the devil lied, saying that Christopher Columbus discovered the world in 1492. Go ahead.
This is second Ezra.
I'm sorry, it's 13 and 40.
13 and second Ezra 13 and 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea.
Yep.
The king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive and carried them over the water, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathens and go forth into a further country where they were never mankind dwelled.
So the Native Americans, they went into captivity under the Assyrians, under Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and they took knowledge amongst themselves after being in captivity and returned unto the Most High. You know, they repented of their evils. So what they did was they said, okay, let us go and serve the Most High in the land where never mankind dwelt, because there was no one inhabiting this land. So really, this plaque should be in the commemoration of the Native American Indians. But yet they give the memorial to a devil that came here and slaughtered and killed the Native American Indians. And when he came here, he knew that the Native American Indians were Hebrew Israelites because they were speaking Hebrew. Also, as you can see, it says this to his honor by the Italians of Detroit. When they came here, this was one of the places that the Italians settled and inhabited. Hence the name of Detroit. The name of Detroit means Detroit, which means straits. Because basically the only way that you can get into this place is going through Ohio or Indiana, and that's a narrow passage of land. And then it's surrounded by water. So really there's only one way into this place, unless you cross by ship into this place. And when you do a little research and you dig online, you will see that the Native Americans already had this land mapped out. They knew what all of the different lakes were. They knew what all of the different rivers were. So basically, they commemorated this statue and this plaque to somebody that was a murderer, and he's gonna have to pay for all. He and his people are gonna have to pay for the murders that they did to our people, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
I got something from I'm gonna continue this and
show the book though.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish 2nd Ezra 13 to 40, and this is the book of from GMSDetroit, History of American Indians. But I'm gonna finish this off. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathens and go forth into a further country where never man dwelt, that they might there keep their statues which they never kept in their own land, and they entered into what's this word?
The Euphrates.
Euphrates by the narrow passageway of the river. For the Most High Yahweh by Shemai Al-Shai, they showed signs. Then showed signs for them and held the flood till they were passed.
Okay.
The Most High held back that water because it was a long journey. It takes like a year and a half to get here. But this is from the book. But this is page 25. I start from concerning together these particular, we can scarcely desire a strong proof that they have not been idolaters since they first came to America, much less that they erected and worship any such lascivious or obscure idols.
Obscene idols. See, lascivious and obscene idols. He said, as the heathen above recited. All right. They just talking about the North American Indians, right? They didn't, you know. Go ahead.
I think that was basically the point. There's another part in here. Yeah. And it said when they first came to America, and I put 2nd Ezra 13 and 40 because that's when they came over here, man. During the time when they were catching hell, and it says that in his book, and I'm gonna find it real quick.
I got a precept.
I got three things that they said Columbus didn't. Columbus did three things you think he did that he didn't. Now, one thing it says he didn't prove that the earth is round. He actually did prove the earth is round. He went to the. It says he went to Ezra, as you see the movie of 1492.
Reaching it by sea, sailing around the African continent. The journey takes a year, or by land. But the Turks have closed this road to all Christians. There is a third way. By sailing west across the ocean sea.
The distance is unknown. It's said to be infinite.
Superstition. I believe the Indies are no more than 750 leagues west of the Canary Islands.
How can you be so certain?
The calculations of Toscanelli, Marin de Tir, Esdras.
Esdras is a Jew.
So what's worse?
2 minutes, and already you're a dead man.
For telling the truth?
Yes.
He says in the book of Ezra. Now they give you a whole commentary. They say he even had some of Ptolemy's geographical writings. Yeah. So then it said he didn't discover America. He never set foot in America.
That's right.
In North America. He never set his foot in North America. What he he said for the past, it says during 4 separate trips, he started with, in 1492, Columbus landed on various Caribbean islands.
That's what it was.
Right.
And he didn't even discover those.
That's right.
Because when you read this book, I believe it's this book with GMSDetroit, or maybe another book. Don't quote me on it, but basically it says that when they came to the people in Puerto Rico, he said that he said that we're the tribe of Ephraim, but our brother Manasseh are on another island, not too far away from here. So the native the Salakia, the Hispanic tribes, they're the ones that discovered this place. They were the ones that first stepped foot on the lands of this place. When they got here, Salakia, when they got here, there were still dinosaurs here.
They said they land on the Caribbean islands or the South America, and the Gag came up here to North America. And here's the third one. It says Columbus was a brutal viceroy and governor of the Caribbean islands, and on which he did land. So he only landed on the Caribbean islands, which, like Santo Domingo, what happened was he eventually started finding a quicker way to get here. It took him probably a month the first time, 2 months the first time, then it started taking like 13 days to get here.
Yep, because they knew the routes.
Right, it started getting faster for them.
More familiar.
Because just like the currents of the seas, just like the Zidonians did when they came over here to retrieve apes, peacocks, and everything from for the Temple of Solomon, they started they know how to start navigating the seas better and start hitting them currents to get over here quicker.
Yep.
You know, and that's what you know. You save power. Ingenuity and everything.
Hey, I got a quick precept, and this is dealing with the so-called white man and all the different treaties that he made with the nations of Israel, but he broke them. This is Psalm 55:20. It says he have put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant. 55:21. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but wars were in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So yet, you know, he was speaking peacefully. He was speaking peacefully to the Native Americans. He speaks peaceful to you now. But yet in his heart, and he's ready to destroy you. You got all of these different politicians that come on the media, and they're speaking good as if they're for the people, and that's just to win the votes of the people. But really, when they get in there, there's already agendas, there's already laws and executive orders that's written in the books to get rid of you and destroy you. Hey, they have down there in Georgia the Georgia Guidestones, and on the Georgia Guidestones they want to reduce the world's population. You know. So, hey, the New World Order that the so-called white man has written in his agenda, it doesn't hold a place for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, and you're getting happy and rejoicing because they're going to put a black woman on American currency, but you're never going to see that because they're never going to allow that to come into fruition.
That's right.
Really, what they want to do is they want to fulfill what they started doing back then in 1492 when they enslaved and killed millions of North America Native Americans and also the Hispanic tribes. And then, not too long after that, in 1619, when they brought you Negroes over here into cargo slavery, you know, and they began to kill you. They really want you enslaved. And after having you enslaved, they want to kill you.
That's right.
And then there's no accounts that when they came over here, they took them Native Americans and Ishkarites that was in those lands and shipped them back over to Spain and Europe. Like Pocahontas, they shipped her back over there and they was parading her around.
That's right.
Like a harlot.
Yep.
God.
Yeah, that's what she get.
And this Christopher Columbus coming over here was can you grab Daniel? Can someone grab Daniel? The seventh chapter. This wasn't nothing but the prophecy of what the Lord showed into Daniel coming into fruition with that little notable horn that spoke proud things, you know, and even proud things against the Most High Heavenly Father. You know, he came over here so that they can come over here and they can establish America. And America was to become that great harlot, you know, Babylon the Great, and also the second leg of the Roman Empire to bring forth even more prophecy. So that the word of the Lord can come into fruition, so that they can set up their military might around the world, so that they can conquer. Because through America they go throughout all of the other places around the world, and they conquer these places. And after, you got something to say? Oh, okay, Khan. So basically, it was set up the reason Columbus came here was to set up America so that the prophecy can come into play. You got it?
Daniel 7.
Yep.
In what verse?
You can start from where it says the little horn. It's after it talks about the beast.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the great.
Okay. Found it. Daniel 7 and 8. And I considered the horn, and behind there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up.
Yeah, because when you came here, you had the Spain that was occupying this place. You had Great Britain that was occupying this place. You know, and then you had as you can see, you had the French and the Italians that was occupying this place. And what happened was, you know, they came and they plucked up those 3 nations that were here, and then they established themselves here. Go ahead.
Plucked up by the root, and behold, in these horns were Salak, and behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things.
Go ahead.
I beheld till the throne was cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
And there you have it. You know, they came here to fulfill prophecy, to set up America, because it was, as you can see, America was prophesied to be set up in the scriptures. But the scriptures also says, I beheld until the throne was cast down. So this great throne, America, that the so-called white man is sitting on, is going to be cast down to the ground.
That's right.
Can I grab? This is what I was looking for in this book. Then we go to the next thing. But this is page 29. But there is a track of this idolatry, Salak. But there is not a trace of this idolatry among the heathens. I mean, Salak, among the Indians, Salaki, which are Israelites, that the serve affliction they
which is not true, because they was worshiping totem poles and things like that. They were into all that witchcraft.
Yeah.
They were, you know, because that Gad was into that peyote and liquor, you know, stuff that try to get him to that higher spiritual thing, when they just all they had to do was pray to the Most High.
Right, you kind of.
You know, and they took it a little bit further, and then what they was doing was going to summon demons, man.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Because at first when they came over here, they were in their right mind. But then they began to lose it, and there had to be a great forgetfulness, because if God came over here and they never forgot, then there would be no reason for the prophets to stand up. And the scripture says, I will raise up the tents of Judah first, and then I will raise up the tribe of Ephraim. You know, which the tribe of Ephraim consists of all of the other 10 tribes, and the house of Judah represents Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. So if that was the case, then there would be no use for the prophets to be out here to wake up the northern kingdom.
That's right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
that the serve affliction they endured underwith in captivity doubtless humbled their hearts. This is when they first came over here, and remained and reclaimed them from the service of the calf
and of Balaam.
And of Balaam to the true divine worship, a glimpse of which they still retain, because they start to lose it over time.
Yeah.
And
but look, they say the calves. What happened when Moses the golden calf, and then Balaam is ain't nothing but another way to say Satan, man.
Right.
So they didn't lose that that Satanist or that you could, let's put it like this, you could tell these are the people that was of Israel, because they worshiped the calf and Balaam, and so you got to look at the scriptures. When we look at the scriptures, we know that when they was out with Moses, that's what happened. We know, so we just corresponded with it. You know, you don't hear about the other nations. The other nations did worship calves. Let's put it like this, Salaki, they did. But these are the ones that we know are the Israelites. You know, and they say they still retain. They retain half of this stuff because they didn't have nothing to do. But it was just Gad over here. And when they seen a new body come over here, they didn't know what to do at first. They said the Puerto Ricans, the Ephraimites were killing them and leaving trails of their body on the seashore. You know, but eventually they got, you know, they came with swords and conquered the Ephraimites. But go ahead, keep reading.
And it says, at that, the first settlers came to America before the destruction of the first temple. Many be inferred, as it is certain both from Philo and Josephus, and that the second temple had no cherubim. Basically, that they came over here before the second temple was built,
so
before Columbus.
if they came over here way before the second temple was built, then that goes to show you that that Christopher Columbus didn't find this place.
With that, what's up?